how much of the business knowledge or terminology should I know? Whenever you start a project where you are interacting with people from a new field, might be developers, very technical people, might be communications people, might be HR people, or might be pure business people. I think it's always valuable to try to understand a bit of the language and the culture from where they come. The one thing that has helped me is to have a bit of a general culture about this kind of stuff, even without being a specialist on business, because I'm definitely not, but at least knowing a few of the terms that I feel comfortable in a conversation and I understand from what they speak, even if I don't understand all of the details. I think it's having a bit of a general culture helps. So that's, knowing basic stuff, like what is a KPI, knowing terms, like having read a bit of a strategy book or something like that. You don't need to have an expertise of it, but just understanding it. Yeah. And then the other thing is, which is lovely, is you can always ask questions, because that's always and it's a powerful move, which is once you have a bit just the basic general culture that helps you to understand contexts, then when you ask a question and you play the dummy, when you say KPI, which type of KPI do you really mean? Is this a KPI for you? And then people start to teach you stuff. In the way they teach you stuff, they are revealing the culture and the understanding of the company. Because that's one thing that I find always so funny, is people use the same terms with different meanings.
Also in the same organization, you mean?
In the same organization, yes. For example, if you're working on a project, what's positioning for someone might be measures for someone else. Just because the terms they use, they don't use them in the same way. Which is not a problem if you're okay to ask, when you say measure, can you give me an example? And then the person says, oh, I mean this. In the end, people within the same organization don't use the terms in the same way. Some people try to fight it by creating a common language and making sure that everyone is aligned, which is a good way to do it. But if that's not your goal, then just asking the stupid question of, hey, cool, all right, so you want to hear more specific KPIs. Could you please give me an example of what is a specific KPI for you?
Yeah.
And then the person will teach you. What's happening usually is that you're not the only one that doesn't understand. The people around are taking notes because they're, thank you so much that you asked. I never understood him.
It's so true. It's so true. Yeah.
And so to be of service for the company as the stupid questions, even if you already know the answer for yourself, just assume that the other one might have another answer, which will reveal a lot. It's a thing that I'm still learning, because I come with my own definitions that I explain to people, okay, so we're going to do this, and people agree. And then once we do the work, suddenly you realize, we didn't use the same terms. They have another definition. Shit, I forgot to give an example.
Yeah.
I forgot to say, when I say that, I mean this.
Yeah, wow. That is powerful. That is actually, can really spoil like a complete workshop. Like, no. Yeah, cool.
I have one more resource for you. It's a dictionary of innovation terms, business terms, service design terms. It has 400 terms in it, which I took out from many different places and collected there, and where you can then go back to the original source. I didn't take the most academic definitions by design, but rather the definitions that were simple. There is also playlists in it where you can find business 101 terms or service design 101 terms.